Hello, Jim 12s here, and today is the 25th of March 2025. No, it's not, 2024. I don't know how that happened. Today is a glorious autumn day for Sydney, if you like. It's still. It's upper 20s, lower 30s. Absolutely glorious day. And I'm here, sitting by the side of Elvina Bay, which is off the Hawkesbury estuary, and to my left is Scotland Island. And the only people who live here will only be able to get here by foot through the bush or by ferry or their own boat. It's a remarkable spot. No shops, no cafes, and so I'm about to catch a ferry, all being well, and go round the coast and find a place that has a cafe. That's the plan anyway. So I wanted to talk about a variety of things this afternoon. The absolute importance of getting out into nature and getting away from it all. I find this better than a drug. It's better than anything to get out in nature, and in this video I'm going to put quite a number of pictures because the bush that I came through was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I can't recommend it enough. In this video I just want to talk about a few totally random things. This year has been very busy, I suspect. I've had a water leak in my house, which has thankfully been fixed yesterday by a good friend who's a plumber. He did a fantastic job, and that's taken a weight off my shoulders. I didn't realise how pressing that whole experience was, but it was. I'm also planning our big trip. My wife and I are off to England and for a month effectively, and a weekend in Paris and 6 days in Jerusalem. We're going in about a month's time, which is incredibly exciting. Nothing is booked other than what we're booking, so it's a massive adventure and taking a lot of energy and money. So with that, I probably haven't been as focused on world events as I might have been in the past. But I am hearing the headlines, definitely hearing the headlines. And I'm more and more convinced that the news media love and are addicted to the sensational news. Unless they can get breaking news every day, they must get so bored and have so much withdrawal, and they'll make a breaking story out of something that isn't, if you know what I mean. I find that so draining, and I just need to walk away. My next point is I want to talk about my faith in God, because I realise I don't talk about that much on my videos, but the reality is that if I didn't have faith in God to be in control and in charge and ultimately to be the winner, it would be really challenging to live in 2024. I look at the landscape around me and think, what is there to fear? Absolutely nothing. So if folk living here had no internet, no news, and just focused on growing some veggies, an occasional trip to the shops by boat, I'm sure months, years would go by and nothing would change for them. They wouldn't be subjected to fear. But anyway, I'm not subjected to fear, and I find that so exhilarating. I am so grateful for my faith in God. Next, I want to talk about why, or not why, what that provokes in me, that faith in God. And I believe it creates or sustains my desire to serve people. If you were to ask me what is my driving force, it would be that, to be a servant to others. I'm not looking for what I can get. I'm looking to, how can I serve? How can I serve you? And I believe this is one of the outlets that I've created, I guess. And I trust this is a service to you, and I hope and pray that my faith can, in a supernatural way, because it's not me, serve to encourage you and serve you. I want every day of my life to count. I don't know how many I've got left. Is it 5 years, 10 years, 20 years plus? I've no idea. It's incredibly exciting not to know, actually. But one of the things that's made me think about this, I guess, is this year I've been to 2 big funerals. One was for a pastor at our church. His name was Serge Grigoric, and there must have been 3,000 at his funeral, his Thanksgiving service. And I guess that meant 3,000 in the local community that had been encouraged, served by him. And that's what drew them to the service. And then the other funeral was last weekend. I went to the funeral service, the celebration service for Bob Friskin, the founder of Christian Community Schools here in Australia. And there must have been 80 at that service. But then, as a friend pointed out, I think his influence was actually global and certainly national, and there must have been loads watching online, but only a relatively small number in the local community who could get out to the service. So numbers don't mean a thing, but both those men were totally devoted, and that's not the right word, but it'll do. They were totally focused on service and not on themselves. And they didn't stop, they didn't retire. They just kept going until they didn't. And I find that really inspiring. Of late I've decided that I'm not retired. I never will retire. I'm just changing jobs. it's too exciting to contemplate the idea of putting feet up and saying, swinging on a hammock, watching the sunshine, watching a beach. No, that's not for me. Anyway, please be encouraged. Love to hear your comments. Love to have your feedback. How are you going? How are you traveling in this world? Maybe I'll conclude with this thought. I've heard today about the impending black swan event. Now, I guess that means something catastrophic and unexpected. Well, while it's unexpected, I'm not going to expect it. And if it's catastrophic, God knows anyway. So I'm not going to fear. So how are you coping? How do you manage your daily walk? How's 2024 going for you? Is it better than last year? Anyway, love to hear from you. God bless. Bye for now.